Hey gang, this is going to be my hip release video. So if you're like me and your tight hips, low back, and hamstrings are causing you pain, then you're going to need some release work. You're probably doing stretching already, but what you might not know is that stretching can be ineffective if your muscles and fascia are all knotted up. Think of trying to stretch a plastic bag that has a knot in the middle of it. It won't go anywhere. You have to release that knot before the rest can stretch out. The way you do that is with one of these, and these guys. Muscle fascia release is step 1 in mobility work. Step 2 is stretching. Stretching doesn't work without step 1. Step 3 is activation and strengthening of the weak and lengthened muscles. Roll around until you find a little gnarly spot and stay on it. You'll know you're on one because the pain will refer up and down your body, or it'll start twitching. Depending on how long the muscles have been dysfunctional, they can take up to 10 minutes to release. But it'll be worth it in the end when your muscles and joints have new mobility and flexibility. So for most people, you're going to see the same tightness and knots in the same areas. So let's get to work on releasing some common junctions. So the first thing we want to do is roll out the low back and the lats. Because believe it or not, your lats are actually so tight that they're pulling up on your low back and contributing to your low back pain. Don't worry about foam rolling over your lumbar spine. Anyone who says foam rolling your low spine is dangerous is an idiot. Now we want to get a little more precise with the peanut. We're going to work on our erectors up and down our spines and in between the shoulder blades. Next we're going to get the quadratus lumboris, aka your low back, with the Theracane. If you don't have a Theracane, which you definitely don't, you could try using the softball, but it won't be nearly as effective. Next we're going to release the hip flexors, which are in here, and the quads, which are short and tight because of all the sitting we do. Okay, to release the hip flexors, instead of a ball, we're going to take one of these guys. Lay down. And sit it down right on top of there. You'll feel where it's tight. Hang it on the corner like that and hold it up. And then just contract back and forth. Wow. For the iliopsoas hip flexor, which runs from about here to underneath your ribs real deep, you're going to need a softball. Next up is TFL, tensor fascia lata. It's right here. It's responsible for internal rotation and hip flexion. You'll find the TFL from here to here. You know you found it because it'll contract when you internally rotate the hip. And it's probably going to be the worst muscle on you and take the most time. So we've just released all the muscles that are definitely too tight and need to be stretched. Now we're going to release the muscles that have knots in them but are actually lengthened and do not need to be stretched. Piriformis. If you have sciatic nerve pain, which originates here and shoots down your leg, the lacrosse ball will aggravate it when you sit on it right, but just keep sitting on that pain until it dissipates. And it will. Then you'll have released piriformis. If you don't have sciatica, it's okay, do it anyway because you're probably still tight there. Now we're going to foam roll our hip abductors, which are out here. Some people say to roll out the IT band, but that doesn't make any sense because there's no motor neurons in a tendon. So what they're really just talking about is your tight hip abductors. To properly release your hamstrings and your adductors, which are your inner thighs, you need a softball.
Found the source. I found the source. Wow.